Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Please note that these meditations were recorded in a tropical environment with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds in the background. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. It is not surprising that we should hope to find someone or something that can tell us what we need to do, how we can find peace. We would love find a step-by-step instruction that we could follow. But for each one of us, our journey will be completely unique and individual. Even though there are many common aspects, in the end, we must find our own way. We can talk about aspects of the journey, things that are common, things that mystics and teachers have been pointing to for thousands of years. But in the end, it comes down to a decision on our part on whether we are willing to let go of the safety and security of the ego and the identity, the illusion of control, and go into uncharted waters, so to speak. To do that, we will need some faith and trust that it is a journey worth making. But our quest for the answers tells us that what we are doing is not working for us, that we want something else. We want more. And it is not unexpected that we should feel that way, because the truth is, our authentic self constantly seeks expression, is constantly seeking the free, unfettered expression of a creative, spontaneous life force. And so, this is our journey, our practice to become conscious, aware and present to the decisions we are making. What are we choosing to be conscious of? What are we filling our awareness with? What are we avoiding? What are we afraid of? Essentially, it comes down to know yourself, not intellectually, but on the realm of experience. We are an expression and a creation of energy. Energy is the basis of the physical world. Nothing is solid. Nothing is permanent. Everything is changing. Even if it is at a remarkably slow or fast speed, everything is movement. When we deny and suppress our emotions, our feelings, we do that by breaking the connection between our conscious awareness and the perception of energy. Alive means energy. Life is energy. Life is consciousness expressed as energy. For the most part, most of us have been conditioned to fear and deny the energy within us. I've trusted the intellectual processes, which when dissociated from energy are meaningless. And so our journey is to reconnect our conscious awareness with the perception of energy, the life within us. The reason we avoid it is because we have denied and suppressed a lot of unpleasant feelings and unpleasant memories. Put those things away, lock them in a cupboard, and we don't want to open that cupboard again. But it is not a cupboard. It is the gateway to the truth, to our authentic selves, to the free and authentic experience of who and what we are. If those feelings, that energy was not permanent and seeking constant expression, we wouldn't be fighting this battle all the time. We would put the feelings in a cupboard and they would eventually die. But they don't. Until we die. And so, our greatest challenge is our fear of our own authentic self. And if we don't feel conscious of that fear, then that is our task, to make ourselves available, to become present to what is. What do you really imagine would happen if you completely let go of control? If you released all of your grip, your holding, your tension, what do you think would happen? Because the only thing that causes suffering and struggle and pain and distress is control. Our fear of ourselves in one way or another. That is the basis of our suffering. And so if you are not conscious of that fear, then you will not be able to face it and let it go. It will always be the dominant force. So that is our journey, our challenge, to acknowledge that nothing but our fear stands between us and the peace, the love, the knowing, the creative power, the truth. This is not necessarily an easy process. It is not one that is spoken of in great detail in most teachings. Teachers do not like to talk about fear and the necessity of going through it. There is an industry now, teachers promise a way without fear. But it's not possible. And so, let's consider what fear can do to us. It is actually a simple answer. Fear can do nothing to us unless we avoid it. The process of avoiding fear causes sickness, illness, and incapacitation. But allowing fear, facing fear, can do nothing. It is not a power. There is only one power, the power of creation, of life. Fear, it's a contracting, denying. This is just a process of the mind. We must be careful to distinguish between the authentic fear of needing to do something to protect ourselves and the habitual, conditioned fear of being ourselves. That is an old fear, obsolete and irrelevant, born of great confusion and being overwhelmed, but absolutely irrelevant now. So, let us acknowledge in this moment the only thing that separates us from peace love, connection is our fear. We cannot get to peace. Peace is here. All we can do is stop disconnecting from it through fear. There is no place to go. The journey is a journey of self-knowledge. It's not a journey that goes through time and space. It's a journey that takes us within to experience ourselves fully. What is the experience of you right now? What is the energy of you right now? Can you feel holding? Feel pressure? Or do you just feel light and peace and flow? That is what we want to pay attention to. That is what we want to know. That is what we want to immerse ourselves in. The energy of being. Allowing it. Connecting with it. That is the journey. Practice, the way. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon. We're uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.